Quickly in a couple of seconds. Black, which way do you go?
There are 2 charges up on the Spirit Siphon though, so they're going to need to burst him. If he gets one off, they might have to disengage, but they get the lip. Then the drop comes through, and he's a bit late there on the fairy fire. He is Spirit Siphoning though, gets EGM. He ends up getting the first blood. Jules to the rescue. Potato turning it. It looks like it's going to be a 2-0. Mineski at the lane ward, the pings are coming out. NP into the tree line, and well, they're gonna find the bristleback here first. Way down to the south is Gandalf, but they've managed to cage the armadillo, and they roll on with the spin. They grab another kill in a core. Meanwhile, mid lane as well. The action continues in earnest. Raging Potato, no supports to help him out, but the Spirit Siphon, enough for now, eventually does go down, so it's a 1-for-1. Oh, they won Bacarino. He's up pretty far here. And the flank has been prepared. They've got a Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave ready to go, and they're just going to unwind on him. NP down.
You can't reliably get that burst at the start of a fight, and that means that engaging the Mineski is very difficult.
They're going to snowball. Speaking of which, onto Ake, takes the Walrus Punch, then the spin, and Ake goes down. Then they manage to block Loda back. Raging Potato wants a piece of that action. Your base is in trouble. Home is under siege. And meanwhile, mid, Alliance also sieging. They're going high ground too. Who's going to push faster here? We'll have to see. They work on it, but Bulldog does get caught by a snowball. There's the Walrus Punch as well. The tower's down, and Juggernaut spinning his way onto Bulldog. They're trying to bring down the Beast Master. Goes for the TP out. Ain't gonna happen.
Want to fight while X is on cooldown, but at the same time, initiating on Death Prophet who has an Aegis, not ideal.
Oh, they are gonna head up the hill. They find Jules first. That's a little bit sweeter, but Bimbo's got off a really nice nuke there from the Veil, and now they move on to Bulldog. The Exorcism coming. He's got a double Spirit Siphon. They cannot fight him head on. They're trying to kill off the backliners, but they've already lost 2. Big cores hitting the deck, and Loda could be next. EGM choked down. That's gonna be 3. Mineski pushing for 4. Loda might be next. Just need one more auto attack. He turns his back. He heads for the hills. The wave of terror's there. They get him in the sprout. They need that bench stun to complete it. The Quill stack up, but it's not enough. It's 4 down. Necro will finish off one lingering Mineski hero while Bimbo chases forward. That's 1. Angry Potato. He does the Yules. Doesn't need it. It's a wipe. Mineski.
Important thing for Mineski is not to get caught on the retreat with Exorcism wearing off.
Speaking of which, there is a Manta up here on Ben-Hur, so he's absolutely fine against the Sorkin, and they continue to chase Bulldog. A bit lucky there, or unlucky with the shards rather, for Jules, and to the north side, the Queen of Pain ult comes through, but Raging Potato relatively healthy. Ben-Hur on the run, the Ghost chasing him back, very discombobulated for Mineski. They are going to lose the Potato potentially here, throws out the Yules, but Jules will fall. It could be him next as the stolen Exorcism goes to work. EGM completely wrecking Mineski, 3 hitting the deck. The scan did come out, and they frantically scramble towards the pit. The Nature's Prophet has to teleport into the pit, ready to go. The entire Mineski squad are just bulldozing in already. Raging Potato has popped the ultimate, but he gets pushed onto the high ground by Ake. Not completely caught out, but is isolated from the fight, and they manage to get the Aegis here. S4 and Loda now feeling very confident to move in. There's the roll forward onto Bulldog. Raging Potato still working, but it's onto Loda. He's very tanky. Not an easy hero to bring down. Another Spirit Siphon. He shrugs it off. This Crimson Guard doing work as Bacarino will end up going down. The Nature's Prophet hits the deck. And Mineski, they do see some stragglers here, but they're very tanky ones, Gods. Can they really kill off Loda? This Bristleback is not an easy grab. They're going to try. They silence S4. They roll onto him. They turn for the Queen of Pain. She's caught out. One more swipe. There's the Aegis down, but EGM sitting on the backside of this fight, just looking for spell steals, looking for a way to salvage it. S4 blinking back, and Mineski chasing forward. The Sprout ends up catching them in. EGM keeping them out of the fight, and Loda desperately juking through the trees, getting nuked down bit by bit. They finally, almost, not quite. They want to slay that beast, but he's still alive in the trees. These quills are too much. Kill that armadillo, Mineski. There they go. Finally bringing him down, but it comes at cost. They've spent so long on the bristle that Alliance get to clean up a few on the back line. They're running up the hill. They're scouted by that dire ward. They're streaming towards the pit. Alliance setting up the ambush. It's going to be a good Keeper of the Light nuke to start, and they've caught out the Raging Potato. They have to save this Death Prophet. They snowball her forward into the middle of the entire Alliance squad. Juggernaut to the rescue. The Exorcism going back the other way. EGM, though, fairly squishy. Has to be careful not to go down. Mineski lurching in, eager for combat as S4 looks for the flank. He is going to get eyes here on Bacarino. The Silence coming out, trying to burst down the NP. They do kill up EGM. Stolen Exorcism gone. And Loda could be next. Not quite finished off, though. Just so damn tanky, but they slow him down again. There's the perk from the Jug. Mineski have made it too. Buyback available on that bristle if they want to pop it. Bulldog in the trees. Make it 3 for Mineski. They do have the Blink Abyssal in the jug, so at any moment he could go for an assassination here, and Exorcism is now committed. They rush forward onto Loda. There's the punch, spinning on him, laying into him with the ghost. They want to kill Loda, and by golly, they will, but the Nature's Prophet is the cost. So far, 1 for 1, and they've got the power play now as Loda buys back. Mineski looks like they may need to retreat. They've also lost their Aegis. Raging Potato steady his ground, but a beautiful blinding light by Ake pushes him away from the team. Ben-Hur's back in. Potato wants to be as well. If they can kill Loda, that's a dieback. But there comes S4 unwinding with the Sonic Wave. Will slay another. Death Prophet down for 70. Alliance holding and returning fire. There's the Shivas. The goo comes out, and down goes the third. Mineski. Fortunately, Loda is insanely tanky as he continues to deal with all of the nukes and attacks being thrown his way. And now the roar comes out onto Valkyrie. Great swap back by Cash to save the day. Jules up in the air. Ben-Hur on the run. Alliance so far routing Mineski. They bring down 2. Mineski could be on their last legs here as Bulldog with the refresher finds the roar, but it's Raging Potato to the rescue. He'll at least stop the bleeding for now, but they have lost that first and potentially decisive late of Rax. Mineski not out of it yet and deployed. And the siege round billion commences. They swap to start this one off. Cash does catch out Loda. This could be the dieback. Alliance need him. He runs. The snowball's in deep. Perhaps a bit too far. Bacarino's gonna pay. Jules has dragged him into trouble, but S4 is getting beaten down by Ben-Hur. Raging Potato in very deep. Remember, he's got buyback, but he really doesn't want to have to use it. The Exorcism goes. Again, they lay into Loda. Man, he's taggy, but snowball number 2, not enough. It actually falls a bit short. The shards trapped him in, but these 4 steps from Alliance, keeping them in the fight, keeping them in the game. Mineski have pretty much unloaded their entire arsenal, and they have to run again. In comes Death Prophet once more under the breach. Will the 3rd time, maybe the 5th time be the charm? They started off with a swap, 4 steps to blinding light it all over the place, but will be able to re-engage here. Still at full HP. Loda, though, really hurting, even with the Spirit Slaving. Raging Potato struggling to bring him down. On the south side of the fight, though, they have isolated S4. They're going to Omni Abyssal him into submission, but now Raging Potato drops. No buyback. The all-in is backfired. Alliance hold, and now they push out. Bulldog on the chase. He's got the Hawk flying high. Hunting the Nature's Prophet through the trees. Goes for the Self-Sprout. Are they ready for this? They got the lift. They get the kill. Alliance have brought down 3.
Physical damage, but that's, at the end of the day, what they need, as much physical damage as possible.
Well, Loda, they couldn't kill him once in the last fight, and now they've got to deal with S4 having 2. Wall sitting in the back lines. He will get sprouted out for the time being. The Spirit Sight been doing a lot of work. EGF just sitting back, waiting for good spells to steal, and suddenly Loda's back up to full HP as they heals from the Keeper of the Light continue to rain in. They punch S4 up in the air, but that's a hero they got to bring down, not once, but 2 times. They lose Jules. There's the Queen of Potato, and they rush forward onto the Potato. Alliance get the Rage Rack. They might get more. Bimbo can't afford to die here, but die he will. Out for 80. He has a buyback, but he doesn't have an Exorcism, and this time Alliance might just skip and go straight for the throne. They had the stolen Exorcism once more. EGM lets it loose.
Oh my
Churning
God,
through
Alliance.
Mineski buildings. Banging on the front door. Nobody's home for Mineski. They just can't withstand the onslaught. Loda just stands and fights, and Mineski can't take the punishment. Heroes are falling. Buildings are crumbling. The end times are here for the Filipino squad. Down goes the melee. The ranged is all that remains, and a frantic rat game begins. But Alliance know how to deal with that. The Nature's Prophet heads to the top side, but it's far too late, it feels. Alliance are just going to stick around mid. They can't even easily get a full lane of Rax top. Will Ben-Hur be able to turn the tides? He does get the stun off on S4, but S4 jumping away, and now they have managed to catch out the MP. Oh, actually gets the Bulldog kill. A pretty big one, but it's Mega's Gods. It's all in time for Mineski here.
Yeah, I mean, Mega says it all. You get a Rax or 2, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Bok is perhaps going to look for the EGM kill, but it's too late. He's committed, and Bulldog buying back.
And they're lurking on Ake. They do bring him down as well. That's 2 down, but another buyback is ready, and they haven't even chosen to spend it yet. Mineski just not getting structures off of these back and forth engagements. The kills are nice, but it's the buildings that win you the game, and so far Alliance have had the upper hand. This time though, Loda may actually drop 2. That's going to be 3 heroes down, including the Bulldog.
It's like, why do we need to defend? There is an exposed throne almost.
Do Mineski go for the enemy throne here? They're going to pop Exorcism. They're turning for Rex. It's just not happening fast enough for them.
LD.
Somebody has to go home, but sitting back to cancel TPs is EGM. Potato says, screw it. It's all in on the throne. They said have only to toss the stall, but is it really enough? The throw dropping. Quickly it falls, and S4 blinks to the left with one last throw of a dagger. Down goes the throne. And Alliance move on. They survive. Mineski eliminated here at the Manila Major in front of a hometown crowd. A brutal way to go out, but it does set the stage.